The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Getting your work week started right by stretching out your vagina holes with the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
Shogun of Harlem.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. I'm host Alien Stone, broadcasting to you live from the other side of Planet Chaos on alienxradio.com, UG Media, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and then, of course, our fine affiliates around the world, like 24.7 The Stream in Chicago, Illinois, among many, many, many other fantastic radio stations around this little blue ball that we call Earth. Welcome aboard, everybody. You've been beamed aboard the mothership. We are cruising along today at triple redunculous speeds. But do not worry, the gravitational plates are gravitating, the inertia canceller is canceling, and the deflector array is pretending like all that crap in DC isn't happening. So, anyway, getting into things that are happening on the show today, I don't have any paperwork in front of me. It's still sitting over on the printer. But I assure you that for the next 3 hours, I will keep you entertained with great music for your vagina holes, interesting stories from around the world, stupid and ridiculous stories from around the world, as well as news, sports, plenty of entertainment. It's going to be going on, okay? I'm easing you into your work week. It's Monday morning. I know that you're just coming off of a weekend. Maybe you weren't ready to go back to work yet. I don't know. But let this show be the Igor's Lube that lets you ease on in to the rest of your week. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get things underway and start things off the way we always do, right here on the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. What day is it?
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
Let's take a look at this day in history.
October 14th, 1947.
A really big moment. Through the sound barrier. The first time ever in level flight.
Air Force Captain Chuck Yeager becomes the first person to fly faster than sound. Yeager breaks the sound barrier as he tests the rocket-powered research plane over California. 1066. In Britain, invading Norman forces under William the Conqueror defeat the Anglo-Saxons at the Battle of Hastings. 1964. Martin Luther King Jr. wins the Nobel Peace Prize for his nonviolent campaign for civil rights. King accepts the award months later during a ceremony in Norway's capital, Oslo.
We are ready to suffer when necessary and even risk our lives in order to become witnesses to truth as we see it.
1912. In Milwaukee, Theodore Roosevelt, campaigning for a return to the White House, is shot in the chest. Despite the wound, the former president heads to a hospital only after he gives a scheduled speech. And 1977.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
Bing Crosby, one of the most popular singers of the 20th century, dies near Madrid, Spain. Today in history, October 14th, Carlotta Bradley, The Associated Press.
All right, folks. Now that we know what happened on this day all that time ago, it's time to tell you what's happening on this day, today, right now. It's music for your vagina holes in the form of Black. That's right, Black from back in the day. The tune is called Warthog. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
This is Justin from Conquered Angels, and you're listening to Alien X Radio.
Got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos, directly into your Vajir holes. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Can you feel it?
Welcome back to The Attack, everybody. I'm your host, Alien Stone, broadcasting live on Alien X Radio, UG Media, and all of our fine affiliates around the world, like 27.7 The Stream in Chicago, Illinois. Welcome, everybody, no matter where it is that you are listening. Maybe you're listening on Spreaker. Maybe you're listening to a download to a show from 3 weeks ago. I don't know. I have no idea. But enjoy the show. Maybe it's not Monday. Maybe it's not the morning. I don't know. But it's Monday morning right now. So we are live broadcasting, which means that it's an interactive radio show. If I'm live right now and you're presumably alive as well, you could contact me live and actually engage with the show. If you have something you want to talk about, you can give me a call, 313-444-8919. That's 313-444-8919. Maybe you just want to request music. Maybe you just have a suggestion, or I don't know. Give me a call. Again, 313-444-8919. Maybe I am talking about something you disagree with or wholeheartedly agree with, or maybe you've got something to add. That's right, people. You have the power. This isn't like other radio shows where you call 47 times in a row and just get a busy signal, okay? I'll get you on the air, okay? I will get you on the air. But please remember, you have to have something real to say. Do not call just to and hang up, okay? That's not what this is about, okay? It's not about random nonsense. Well, it is about random nonsense, but it's coordinated random nonsense, okay? Anyway, that all being said, I'm going to talk to you just for a minute about something here before we get back into more music for your Vajir holes. NASA, they're always coming out with information. They're always telling you things, you know. 'Cause, well, who else is looking out there in the stars more than NASA? NASA's always looking out there. Okay, so who's going to see it first? NASA. Okay, so I trust what NASA says. I do. People say, oh, you shouldn't try all this all fake. You know, the Earth's actually flat. You know, these pictures are all fake. Okay, your head's flat, all right? You're crazy. I'm just telling you. You're telling me every single photograph of the planet from outer space, every one of them is fake, and not one single astronaut has ever come back and told the truth? Really? Or maybe not one of these astronauts ever actually went into space. They're all just making it up, and they've all been paid so well that they've kept the story secret this whole time. Really? Is that what you think? Well, what I'm here to tell you is that NASA has come back with some more information that they have found what they call a super-Earth. It's in a completely different solar system. Now, we have quite a few planets here in our solar system, and it's up for debate. It's gone back and forth. We've said 9, we've said 10, we've said 8, we've said 9, we said 10, we said 8. It keeps going around. Is Pluto not a planet? And what is Planet X, which lies beyond Planet Pluto? All of that irrelevant to the story I'm about to tell you right now. Because they have found, I mean, granted, this is a very long distance away. It's 110 light years away. 110 light years away. That's right. So can you see 110 light years away? No, NASA can. So who am I listening to? NASA. They got the equipment. So what I'm trying to tell you is this. They have discovered a planet 110 light years away that is in a completely different solar system, obviously, and they have detected water in the atmosphere. How their telescope can detect water in the atmosphere, I don't know. Again, they're NASA. They have the information. I don't. So they have detected water in the atmosphere of this planet in another solar system 110 light years away. Now, they have found planets in other solar systems all over the place that also have given evidence of water in the atmosphere, water on the planet, things of that nature. However, those planets have all been either too close to their sun or too far away from their sun to have an inhabitable atmosphere. What that means is, and this is really funny because people don't realize that this is an actual real technical term. You can look this up. It's a real technical term, the Goldilocks zone. Now, what does the Goldilocks zone mean? It means a planet that is not too close and not too far. It's just right. Just like the porridge and the bed and the chair in the Goldilocks and Three Bears, okay? Same thing, same concept. So this particular planet is the first one that they have found with water in the atmosphere that is also in the Goldilocks zone of their star, in their solar system. So not only is the water present there that is necessary for life, but also the ideal location and proximity to the sun is also present there. So now you have the building blocks of life for that planet. So they're saying life can exist on this planet. Now, that being said, what life are you talking about? I brought this up on the show yesterday. What life are you talking about? Okay, you are basing your entire idea of life and the building blocks thereof and what is required to create, maintain, and have a thriving environment for life. This is all based on earthly life, earthly knowledge. Okay, you're talking about a planet 110 light years away. What is it in your mind that makes you so narrow-focused to think that that planet has to follow all of the same rules that this planet follows? Just saying. Now, people say, well, that's common. That's just, it goes to figure. Says who? Okay? If I told you that there's a creature on this planet that could thrive in a temperature that would kill you and I almost instantly, actually probably instantly, it would kill us instantly. It's so hot. We would die, bam, that fast. But there's a creature that actually lives right there and loves it, and it's here on Earth. You'd be like, what? Yeah, there's a type of, it's an animal in the ocean, okay? It's like a shrimp. It lives right on top of the gas vents on the bottom of the ocean floor. The ones that have the superheated steam and stuff rising up from the tectonic plates and the magma that is under the surface. So the temperature of the water coming out of there would boil you and I instantaneously. We would just be dead. The skin would come right off. We would be dead. It's so hot. Yet these guys live right on the vents. They thrive on it. So if we have a creature right here that can live in such an extreme temperature, who's to say that on another planet someplace else, there's not creatures there that thrive on superheated temperatures? Maybe their Goldilocks zone is closer to the sun. So we're not looking at that planet because we think in our minds life can't exist on that planet because we would die. We would die on that ocean floor too. But yet there's life. So it's hard to try to make determinations of, what life can be like on other planets. We have rules of what is required to live. But those rules vary from creature to creature, and I'm quite certain that we're going to find that also varies from planet to planet. So, I don't understand the narrow-mindedness. Anyway, let's go ahead and throw some more music into your vajir holes and get back to things here. I am looking to the sky every day. I'm praying for the day that I see a giant ship. I really am. Because I've said it before, and I will say it again, that if aliens come here, it's going to be one of two things is going to happen. One of two things is going to happen. Either they're going to come here, and they're going to show us a better way of life. They're going to cure disease. They're going to fix all the technological problems that we have. They're going to just make life better because it has to be for them to be so advanced and so enlightened to be able to travel across the galaxy. They have to have figured out something, right? Now, that sounds great, but what's the other side of the coin? What is the other possibility? That they're hostile, and the reason why that they have all the technology they have is because they go around from planet to planet, destroying and stealing their resources and technology and adding it to their own. Kind of like the Borg. So one or the other is going to happen, and either way, problems solved. So, really, I am just waiting for that. Anyway, let's music for the Vajir holes. Our own John LeBang, he is a conspiracy theorist of things that could actually happen on this planet in reality. So, Soul Struck Lightning, the name of the tune, and it's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Since we cried when you told me you had
This is Tom McLaughlin, writer and director of Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives, and the lead singer of The Floss. You are listening to...
Well, that is a sucker punch to the gonads.
Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
Bus commercials, definitely.
Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. It's the attack of the Monday morning Madcast from outer space.
Awesome!
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
The weekly news update, sports update with the prospects.
Directly into your brain.
I've always listened to it.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Giles Snyder. As Turkey moves ahead with its offensive in northern Syria, Syrian government forces are moving north. NPR's Peter Kenyon says Syrian Kurdish militants called for government help in fending off Turkey's military.
Syria State News Agency reports forces loyal to President Bashar al-Assad reached the northern town of Tabqa and have moved to Ain Issa as well. Syrian Kurdish YPG forces called for help as Turkey's military moved across the border, vowing to clear away the YPG. The movements come as U.S. forces begin to withdraw from the area.
Syrian forces moving into the region marks a shift in alliances for the Kurds. They had been helping the U.S. in the fight against Islamic State, but they reached a deal with the Syrian government after President Trump ordered U.S. troops to withdraw from the northern border area. Meanwhile, European Union foreign ministers are meeting today in Luxembourg, considering whether to broaden an arms embargo against Turkey. House investigators set to hear from a former White House advisor on Russia today as part of the ongoing impeachment inquiry into President Trump. Fiona Hill resigned in July, days before Trump's controversial call with the president of Ukraine. NPR's Bobby Allen reports on her appearance.
Hill is a British-born American who is a scholar on Russia. She advised the president until July when she left the post. Now she's expected to deliver closed-door testimony to House Democrats over concerns she raised about the ouster of former ambassador to Ukraine, Marie Yovanovitch. Hill is expected to tell lawmakers that Trump's allies went around normal National Security Council procedures in an effort to open back-channel communications with Ukraine. On Thursday, Gordon Sondland, the U.S. ambassador to the European Union, is set to give his own testimony to Congress in connection with the impeachment inquiry. Bobby Allen, NPR News, Washington.
The latest police shooting of an African-American woman killed in Fort Worth, Texas, is drawing protests and chants for justice. Bill Zebo with member station KERA in Dallas reports that this is the 7th police shooting in Fort Worth since June and the 6th death.
28-year-old Tatiana Jefferson was playing with her 8-year-old nephew early Saturday at about 2:20 a.m. She had no way to know. A neighbor who saw the lights on and front door open called police. The neighbor couldn't see her inside and was worried. When officers arrived, they did not announce their presence. One held a flashlight and a pistol. When he saw movement inside, he yelled to see hands, then fired.
Put your hands up! Show me your hands!
It all took about 2 seconds. Activist Pamela Young says enough is enough.
This officer needs to be fired immediately, and he needs to be arrested and criminally charged with murder.
Fort Worth Mayor Betsy Price says the city's still investigating this shooting. I'm Bill Ziebel in Fort Worth.
And you're listening to NPR News.
Ashley's of Westland, the best for food, friends, and entertainment. Stop in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizza, and don't forget to stop by on Saturday nights to visit our own DJ Wild Bill and Sporkle Live. Order delivery online with Grubhub and Uber Eats at Ashley's.com. Ashley's of Westland is located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland, Michigan. Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap.
All right, welcome back to The Attack, everybody. We're moving and grooving right along into the second half of hour number 1. In your face from outer space, triple redunculous speeds through the galaxy and all that. Still coming up. You remember the story that I told not too long ago about people who were driving down I-75. They looked up at the billboard, and for about 14, 15 minutes, the electronic billboard, instead of telling you about great deals on winter tires and back-to-school shopping, it instead played a hardcore XXX film. Yeah. Real nice drive-through. But I'm going to give you a little bit of an update. Well, not really an update on that, but the story continues. So we'll talk about that. And I'm going to bring up something that I have a friend on Facebook who is very, very involved with conspiracy theories and stuff of that nature. And they had brought up something I'll talk about when we come up here. It's another elite group, and I'll tell you the signs of it. Something to keep your eye out for. We have a What the Florida coming up. We've got a wackadoo of the week. Stories like the deadliest of daughters, Joker porn, and others. The 4-foot penis pillow. And what did they just make legal in Norway that has everybody in the rest of the world scratching their head? As well as a brand new mask available for Halloween. And I, of course, will give you a little refresher on yesterday's episode of Just a Few Questions, known as the Porno Career Path. All that's coming up. But first, we need some more music for your Vajir holes. I think it's about that time. What time is it? It's about prime time. Keychain, the name of the band. It's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
I got the ladies, throw up a pump, pump, their body shake all over the place in the front to the back, and I wanna take some. Pump it up, okay, you wanna play with me now? Cause I rock a key chain, now we all about getting loud as hell. L-A-N-T-L, P-Y-T, drinks on me, come and see. Can't stop it, you can't stop us now. Come get it, you come get it loud. Can't stop it, you can't stop this crowd. Can't stop me now. Come on, give it up. It's that time. Go give it up. It's prime time. Come on, give it up. It's that time. Let's go give it up. It's prime time. Hey, we get paid on the raid, cause we getting down and we do this all day. Yeah, we bringing on a punk and a funky too. Just the sound that we get the cats go meow. Oh, I got love for the pros, but I brought my boys and they come for the clothes. New metal, rock, rap, hip hop is rap, hot R&B, cheeky baby. Can't stop it, you can't stop us now. Come get it, you come get it loud. Can't stop it, you can't stop this crowd. Can't stop me now. Taking you higher, put up your lighter. Sky is on fire, you're a fighter in your prime. Taking you farther, push even harder. Pour out your heart, cause you're an artist in your prime. Time for you to decide. Free what's on your mind. Go crystallize, open your eyes, yeah. I am in my prime. Be the change, become the change. You are the change right now. Don't be afraid, we keep chain. Gonna bear through the pleasure and the pain. Hot summers and cold rain, and you're about to drop the bass. Tearing off the skin of your motherfucking face. Come on, get it up. It's that time. Go get it up. It's prime time. Come on, get it up. It's that time. Let's go get it up. It's prime time.
Shoving big black long things in my face? Just a Tuesday.
I'm Kelly Harris from Face Off. I came here to eat hobbits and kill boners. And you're listening to Alien X Radio.
Motherfuckers!
To hell they say is paved with good intentions. They twist my thoughts until I go against my own convictions. They fill my head with lies and rationalizations. They send my broken will on permanent vacation. I can feel it taking hold of me, and there's no way I'm breaking free. Release me from this spell I'm under. Before my soul is torn asunder, can you save me now from this tragic fate? Or is it too late? Is it too late for me? Ability to control my actions. No more morality, just bloody satisfaction. Well, I know my will is strong, but it's total domination. Now all I know is death and this violent sensation. I can feel it taking hold of me, and there's no way I'm breaking free. Release me from the spell I'm under before my soul is torn asunder. Can you save me now from this tragic fate, or is it too late? Is it too late for me? Love tonight lets me go for a while. All I do is sit and cry. I can feel it taking hold of me, and there's no way I'm breaking free. Release me from the spell I'm under before my soul is torn asunder. Can you save me now from this tragic fate, or is it too late? Is it too late? Release me from the spell I'm under before my soul is torn asunder. Save me now from this tragic fate, or it's too late. Is it too late for me?
Resistance is futile, but you can struggle if you like.
It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
You got something to say? Say it, bucko. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
All right, welcome back to The Attack, everybody. I'm your host, Alien Stone. It's The Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space, broadcasting to you live on Alien X Radio, UG Media, and rebroadcast around the world on our fine affiliates like 24.7 The Stream in Chicago and WON The Apple in New York City, New York. New York City! Yes, New York City. And many, many others. So anyway, let's continue right along. Of course, coming up on the show still, we got more music for your vagir holes. Crazy things being legalized in Norway. A 4-foot pillow shaped like what? And the porno career path is the review we're going to do today from Just a Few Questions, which is part of Inside the Mothership, which airs on Sundays at 12 noon Eastern right here on this fine station and also our fine affiliates around the world. But before we get back into more music to educate your brain, let me, these are wild conspiracy theories. You know, I hit these, sometimes and try to say, do you really think that this is true? Do you really think this is real? And this is one this is a person that I converse with on a regular basis on Facebook. And we tend to align quite often on a lot of issues. And there are some issues that we do not align in whatsoever, and yet we still manage to coexist on Facebook. And she had posted this a couple of times now, and finally I chimed in. I was like, I have absolutely no evidence of this. I have no research and she, of course, sent me a lot of posts and stuff showing articles and things like that that confirm or, point to this. And again, these are articles written by people posted by people and then reposted by other people. So that doesn't mean that it's true. It means you have to go through that pile of stuff and keep going to the source and going to the source and going to the source until you find where it came from, where it started. I have been unable to do that with this. I can't figure out where this came from other than the stuff that she's sending me. In fact, she's the only person that I've heard talk about this. Maybe it's real, I don't know. But I'm talking about the Left Black Eye Club. The Left Black Eye Club. What is this about? I'm being told that there is an elitist group of people that, pretty much are part of this group so that they can control the world, essentially. That's why they're there. They're there to control everything. They're there to control you, your life, politics, economy, everything. They're supposed to be in charge of everything. And the way you get into this club, first off, you have to be invited, of course, because they're not going to tell you they exist unless they know that you're going to be one of them. And then when you are finally brought into the ranks of this elitist group, your initiation is that you get punched in the eye, and always the left eye. So when you see these high-ranking officials in government and in politics and in religion, in corporate world, all this stuff, and you see them, they suddenly have a random left black eye. Okay? We're supposed to believe now that they have joined this elitist group. No, it's not the Fight Club. It's not Fight Club. It's not Fight Club 2. Okay? They're not punching themselves in the eye. But we're supposed to believe that they joined this group, and that's the way that they initiate their people into the fold. Okay. Now, people that they have shown with these black eyes that they include are people like George W. Bush, but they also include the Pope. The Pope. Okay? I'm not religious and everything. I don't follow the Pope. I think he's just like any other person out there. But still, people that hold him at a high-ranking level in the church and everything, they really have a high respect for this person. Now we're supposed to believe that he went and enjoyed an elitist group to control the world and got punched in the eye and accepted that, and he's keeping it a secret. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm being told now by Motown Vinny that Jimmy Carter had a black eye. But guessing he's not a member. Okay, well, he just recently fell. That's what he says. He just recently fell, got stitches and everything. Maybe he just joined. And they hit him a little harder, so instead of a black eye, he got stitches and everything. I don't know. Okay? What I think is really happening is that these people are bumping their heads on things like a normal human being would do when not paying attention to where they're going or slipping or losing their balance or just not seeing something and running into it. That's what I'm thinking is primarily happening. People are like, oh, but these are high-ranking officials. Right, because they can't trip, fall, or slip, right? That can't happen, right? Now, a lot of people might be a little young to really remember the antics of President Ford. But from my understanding, he spent quite a bit of time falling on the ground. Okay? He was a bit of a klutz. He'd be like, hey, ladies and gentlemen, President Ford. He'd go up 2 steps and fall on the ground. Stand up, fall on the ground. Okay, I'm just saying he used to fall a lot. So you're either an elitist group or you're klutzy, one or the other. Either way, I'm not buying it. 313-444-8919. Again, that's 313-444-8919. Give me a call and say, hey, it's true, it's real, man. I know this. I was at the initiation, whatever you call it, the ceremony. And there they had it, everybody all lined up, man. They had George W. Bush there. They had Barbara Streisand was there. They had Jane Fonda was there. And they're all lining up to get punched in the eye. And then I guess their job is to go forth and run their mouths. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you take a punch in the eye to run the world? Or are you a normal human being and wouldn't want to run the world in the first place? Perhaps you'd like to punch in the eye those who wish to run the world. That's what I'm thinking. And then what about TLC, Left Eye, Lopez? What about her? What did that mean? Was she an elitist? Is she actually dead, or is she like in an underground bunker someplace plotting against the world? Right now, everybody's going, hey, Alien Stone, you're sounding crazy. You're sounding completely insane right now. Yeah, I am sounding completely insane right now. And so are the people that started the. I'm in an elitist group, so I get punched in the eye. Really? Is that the kind of initiation that you think you're going to get in some kind of a group like that? Is it really what you think? It's probably like Scientology. There's a price tag to enter, and then there's other price tags for how far up the chain you want to go. Can you imagine entering the military and be like, hey, I'm starting as a private, I understand that, but you know what? I've got $30,000 that says I start as a colonel. Can you imagine that? You don't have to wait to get promoted. You just, once you save up enough money, you just go and you promote by payment. I'm a high-ranking official in Scientology. That means I'm really, really smart and I know what I'm talking about. No, it means you paid a lot of money. That's what that means. That doesn't usually happen in the other religions and stuff. I'm sure they go up for whatever their reason is for promoting people, whatever they have to do. But, you know, I mean, Tom Cruise moved up the ranks pretty quick there, didn't he? Are you telling me that he's that smart? Or is he just that rich? Anyway, these are all conspiracy theories. What can I tell you? Not a whole lot, right? Anyway, it is about that time to take another short break, pausing the action for station identification. We'll come back with hour number 2 of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. But first, it's time for a Fox News update on the Attack. Go nowhere.
Turkey's ready to attack another city in Syria. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, continuing a days-long operation going after Kurdish forces who had been U.S. allies in the fight against ISIS. They, in turn, are turning to Syria's military for help, and Fox's Simon Owen has an update live.
Dave, as U.S. troops step aside, the Kurds striking a deal with Syria and Russia. One Kurdish politician calling it an emergency measure intended to block Turkish attacks. Syria says army units have already deployed to the area. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, meanwhile, welcoming President Trump's decision to pull U.S. forces back and suggesting an attack on the city of Manbij, held by the Kurds and Syrian government, is imminent. Dave?
Now, Simon, President Trump has ordered U.S. forces away from the fighting in that part of Syria. Defense Secretary Mark Esper told Fox.
Look, we didn't sign up to fight Turkey, a long-standing NATO ally.
Now, the president has faced harsh criticism in Congress, Republicans and Democrats, for backing away from our allies in Syria, but he tweeted he's working with lawmakers to hit Turkey economically. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin told ABC's This Week.
We are ready to go on a moment's notice to put on sanctions.
A former Trump aide to Russia, Fiona Hill, will go to the Capitol today to be interviewed by 3 House committees in the Democrats' impeachment inquiry over the Trump-Ukraine phone call. Now, Democrats claim the president violated his oath of office, asking for an investigation into the Bidens. The president says he was just probing for corruption. Meanwhile, there's news involving Joe Biden's son, Hunter.
He's stepping down from the board of a Chinese investment firm. His lawyer putting out a statement defending his actions and his time on the Ukrainian board of Burisma, adding if his father were to win the presidency, quote, Hunter will agree not to serve on the boards of or work on behalf of foreign-owned companies.
That's Fox's Griff Jenkins. America's listening to Fox News.
Ashley's of Westland, the best for food, friends, and entertainment. Stop in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizza, and don't forget to stop by on Saturday nights to visit our own DJ Wild Bill and Sporko Live. Order delivery online with Grubhub and Uber Eats at Ashley's.com. Ashley's of Westland is located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland, Michigan. Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right. Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing.
Thanks, Igor.
And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Oh my God. What have I done? What have I done? Look at the turning wheel.
The Alignment, the latest CD from The Creeping Chaos, featuring Dead in the Water.
Dead in the water.
Beg for mercy and Under the Blade.
We live our lives under a blade.
Available now at iTunes, CD Baby, and Rock of Ages in Garden City.
Are you looking for a way to get your message out there? Have you been looking for just the right way to advertise your business, website, or upcoming event? Have you thought about advertising on the radio but thought it would be too expensive? Well, you should try advertising on Alien X Radio. We have advertising packages for every budget starting as low as $30 per month. That's right, radio advertising for as little as $1 a day. You don't have a commercial? No problem. Our copywriting and production department can create a radio spot complete with voiceovers, sound effects, and music that's just right for your needs. And unlike other stations, the production is included. So what are you waiting for? Just visit www.alienxradio.com and click on the advertisers link to get a look at our packages and rates. Then contact us at advertising@alienxradio.com. That's advertising@alienxradio.com.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos, directly into your vagir holes, it's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
The Shogun of Harlem.
All right, everybody, welcome. It's hour number 2 of the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Moving and grooving and screaming through the galaxy, or at least talking very loud in the back row of the movie theater until you pay attention, or the ushers throw us out. What is hour number 2 going to bring you? The deadliest of daughters. The weekly sports update by our own prospect. Norway makes something legal that is absolutely ridiculous. And a Halloween mask that's sure to offend. As well as more Fox News, as well as more news from APR. That's right, I do both sides, see? I give you an APR report, and then I give you a Fox News report. And then you get to decide which one you want to go with. Okay? That's fair, right? And next hour, we got a wackadoo of the week. We'll talk about Joker porn. What is Joker porn? And some similar things to that. As well as a 4-foot pillow shaped like what? And the porno career path is this week's Just a Few Questions review from Inside the Mothership, which airs at 12 noon Eastern every Sunday. Right here on Alien X Radio. All that being said, let's go ahead and get this thing underway.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
What the? Florida?
All right, this week's What the Florida is brought to you by Shacrazy. Shacrazy, wow. No, we're going all the way down to Florida for this one, of course, on What the Florida. And man, it always starts with this guy, right? This guy, right? Well, this guy decided that he didn't want to drink alone, everybody. You know that song? I drink alone. Yeah, with nobody else. Well, he doesn't like to do that. So, there's nobody around. Apparently, he doesn't have a whole lot of friends, and by the end of the story, I'm sure you'll find out why. Okay? Can't drink alone. So, he looks around. Who am I going to drink with? Who am I going to drink with? Who can I drink with? Well, look over there. That looks to me like it's an alligator. I think I could drink with an alligator. Can you drink with an alligator? Sure, why not? So he goes over to the alligator. This almost sounds like a joke, right? Guy walks into a bar with an alligator. No. Goes over the... Now, it's a smaller alligator. Don't get me wrong. It's not like a full-grown adult alligator. It's like a baby alligator. But nonetheless, it's an alligator. So he goes over and goes, hey, alligator, would you like to drink with me? Alligator doesn't say anything. Why? Because he's an alligator. Okay? Essentially, he's a dinosaur. Dinosaurs don't talk. Unless it's the land before time. Anyway. He goes to give the alligator a drink of his beer. The alligator doesn't drink the beer. Why? Because he probably doesn't have lips. That's probably the reason why. It's kind of hard to drink a beer when you don't have lips. But you've seen those macho guys that just tip their head back and pour it in, right? So you don't have to have lips to drink beer. So anyway, this guy says, how am I going to get this alligator to open up his mouth so that he could drink beer with me? So he tries tickling him, he tries playing with him and stuff and messing with him and pulling his... Nothing will get this alligator's mouth open. So he tricks him by giving him something to bite. His arm. Really? You want to drink with an alligator so bad that you actually feed him your arm so that when he bites on your arm, now his mouth is open. So you now pour beer past your bleeding arm into the alligator's mouth. Yeah, I'm dumbfounded by this. Just so you could drink with the alligator. Okay, so was it worth it, sir? Was it worth it? Now, what happens when you run out of beer and you need more beer? Are you gonna are you gonna walk around with this alligator hanging on your arm? I gotta head back into the house, go to the refrigerator. By the sound of this guy and the fact that there's an alligator outside his door, chances are he's not living in a really nice apartment building someplace. You know, chances are he's living in like the shack that Steve Martin lived in at the beginning of The Jerk. Okay, that's probably where he's living. Something like that out in the bayou someplace. So he probably doesn't have a refrigerator. He probably's got like a cooler sitting outside. Or maybe he's got like a bag full of cans of beer that's like tied to a stick and it's in the river. You know what I'm saying? You know, are you keeping your beer cold or are you fishing for rednecks? I think you're fishing for rednecks. Really. Oh, yeah, speaking of rednecks, we need to get some more music into the Vigier holes out there. And every time I think of rednecks, this is the song that comes to mind. Every single time. Every single time. And since we're doing a big promotion and push right now for the 36 Hours of Alien Xmas, number 5, which is coming up in December on the 7th and 8th. This is going back to the event last year. That's right, the 36 Hours of Alien Xmas 2018. The redneck champion of the entire event was Austin Kelly, who came in and gave us a performance of his song, Deer Camp. And you're listening to The Attack, the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
and here came.
It's a good song, right, everybody?
No work here, no wife's here, no yes here, November, 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 November.
Hi, I'm Cody.
I'm Dave.
I'm Thomas.
And I'm Austin.
We are Soldier's Last Breath, and you are listening to Alien X Radio.
Hey kids, when you're not watching my show, the Segrevson Show presents, you should be listening to Alien X Radio. That's where I'm at right now, out in space somewhere. You can add a real good space effect to that, some kind of an echo.
For sure.
How was that? Good?
That was excellent. That was fantastic.
Was that fantastic?
It was great.
Bigger, the better, yeah. She's the one for me. Designer shoes, shirts, and skirts from Barnum and Bailey. Well, she may not be a sight to see. She's the only one for me. Bigger, the better for me. Well, big hips, big thighs,
pretty decent rat. She kept all her belongings in a little gunny sack. Well, she may not be a sight to see, but she's the only one for me. The bigger, the better for me. Look at the car. Took a liking to those hairs up in her chin. She asked if she should plug them out. I said, no, just leave them in. Cause you may not be a sight to see, but you're the only one for me. The bigger, the better for me. Well, the bigger, the better, yeah. She's the one for me. Designer shoes, shirts, and skirts from Barnum and Bailey. Well, she may not be a sight to see, but she's the only one for me. The bigger, the better for me. More cushion, less pushing, she has tattooed on her back. She's got them gosh dang cankles stretched right up to her neck. Well, she may not be a sight to see, but she's the only one for me. The bigger, the better for me. Everybody now. Well, the bigger, the better, yeah. She's the one for me. Designer shoes, shirts, and skirts from Barnum and Bailey. Well, she may not be a sight to see, but she's the only one for me. The bigger, the better for me. Well, the bigger, the better for me. Well, the bigger, the better for me.
Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
And welcome back to The Attack. Once again, everybody, I am Alien Stone, and you are tuned to The Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Perhaps you're listening on alienxradio.com. Maybe you're on Facebook. Maybe you're on YouTube. Maybe you're on UG Media or 24.7 The Stream. Who knows where you're listening? You could be anywhere on planet Earth and be tuned in to The Attack. That's right, because we're also on the TuneIn app. If you got the TuneIn app on your phone so you can listen to other radio stations, guess what? We're there. Just search Alien X Radio, all one word. Alien, the letter X, radio, all one word, no spaces, and guess what? Bam, there we are. Save us as a preset. And then every time that you sign in or jump on to tune in, we'll be right there at your fingertips. Also, make sure you head on over to alienxradio.com. I'm sorry, not alienxradio, at facebook.com, and look for the Alien X Radio fan group. It's a group. It's not a page. It's a group. Join that group because that's where you will get all of the information about when the shows are coming up, from the John LeBang Show to the Paul Farrer Show to Inside the Mothership to the Attack of the Monday Morning Mancast from Outer Space and sports updates, and everything that you need to know about Alien X Radio will be communicated there on the fan group. Yes, we have a fan page as well, Alien X Radio. Go ahead and check that out as well. And I'm posting videos, people. This whole thing is on video now. So this year, when we run into the 36 hours of Alien Xmas Radiothon to benefit Forgotten Harvest, it's going to be awesome because we're going to be broadcasting it on Facebook and YouTube as well. So you're going to get to see these fantastic bands when they're doing their live performances here in the studio. You'll be able to see these comedians when they're making you pee your pants. It's going to be amazing. And all we ask of you while you're enjoying the entertainment for 36 straight live hours is that you donate a little something so that we can help feed the hungry in Detroit through Forgotten Harvest, which is, in my opinion, one of the greatest organizations ever developed to do just that. So, all that being said, let's do this one real quick story here before we get to more music for your Vajir holes. I know I talked a lot there. This one's called The Deadliest of Daughters. You'll see here there's a picture that I've got loaded if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. Right now, you see that picture there. That is a mom on the left. That is the mom and the dad in the picture in the center, and that's the little girl there on the right. This couple, they wanted to adopt a daughter, so they adopted this little girl from the Ukraine. At the time of adoption, they didn't have an exact age for her because, whatever reason, the Ukraine, they didn't have the records, the parents were gone, whatever. They estimated her age to be 6. So this 6-year-old little girl, and you can see a picture of her right there. Now, she was also a special needs child. She has a rare form of dwarfism. So you can even see from the picture there, that she does in fact have a form of dwarfism. Now, let's move forward several years later. When I say several, I'm still talking about a single-digit number of years, so it's not very long. The parents were under scrutiny and being looked for to be held accountable as they decided one day they were going to move to Canada and did so, and they left this daughter in the apartment to fend for herself. Now, they continued to pay the rent on the apartment. However, they never returned to the apartment and then eventually stopped paying for the apartment. They're being charged with abandoning a child and child endangerment. Now, here's the problem with that. Here's where the twist comes into your story, everybody. This is where you're like, how can you defend this woman, Alien Stone? Why are you trying to defend this woman? I don't understand why you would do that. Look at what she did. She's a horrible human being. She left this child stranded. I mean, no, she didn't leave a child stranded because over the course of a couple years of them having this child, they started finding knives hidden in the furniture. Knives, like out of the drawer, wouldn't get like a butcher knife and hide it in the furniture. Well, so maybe this child had a problem, and she's doing that. You can't just walk away and leave it abandoned. You can when you finally realize and find out that the 6-year-old child that you think you adopted is actually a 22-year-old psychopath. She's 22 years of age. This is the second time she's pulled this on somebody and got adopted as a child. So she is a psychopath and a sociopath pretending to be a 6-year-old child. Imagine this. You are a 6-year-old child getting picked up by somebody who you are tricking to be your mom and put into a bathtub to be bathed. And then the mother starts questioning what's going on because you have a full thing of bush down there. You got all your pubic hair. You're supposed to be 6. You're 22 years old, lady. And now she's trying to sue for the fact that she got left in this apartment. They paid your apartment still. Even I wouldn't have done that. I would have had you arrested and immediately. Are you kidding me? But then again, I don't know what the emotions were of these people. They raised this daughter for a couple of years or whatever, and then finally, I don't know. I mean, you can see the mom. She looks distraught. Who knows when that picture was taken. Actually, it doesn't look like, now that I'm looking at the picture, that looks like kind of a professional photograph. The one in the middle looks more like a real picture. But when you look at this, that does not look like a 22-year-old woman. It does, in fact, look like a little girl. So I can see how she may have been tricked. And obviously some paperwork had to be faked, and something's going on in the Ukraine. I don't know what to tell you. It's just the world is bizarre. The world is just freaking bizarre. So anyway, that's the Deadliest of Daughters. Let's get back to some more music for the Vajir Holes. Crow, the name of the band. Stranger Sky is the name of the song. And it's the Attack, the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
Oh, thou who finds in heart, for those you find here by name. In this heart whose might defies, you shall feed in turn. How long have you been crying? No mercy for the weak. In the court of the dragon god, what mercy would you see? On the shore, waves break, the twins on sink. Monsters rise to serve the Yellow King. Shadows win.
Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your vajir holes. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
All right, everybody. That's right. It is the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space and into your face and your vajir holes. I am Alien Stone. Thank you very much for joining me each and every week here. It is 3 hours of enjoyment for myself, and I'm glad that other people enjoy it as well. Remember, if you're in a band and you want your music to be featured on the show or on the station, all you have to do is submit your music to the station. And the way you do that is please. I can't reiterate this enough, too. Make sure it's an MP3. An MP3. Not a WAV file. Not a Windows media file. An MP3. Please. Please make sure that it is of a high quality. Please. A high bit rate, please. And then also, in addition to telling me the name of the song in the title of that MP3, please also include the name of the artist or band. I have an entire folder filled with songs that have been submitted that say, Jack in the Box. Okay, is that the name of the band or is that the name of the song? You listen to the song and you hear Jack in the Box, Jack in the Box. So that's the name of the song. What's the name of the band? Don't know. So now I'm playing a song called Jack in the Box, and people are like, hey, who is that? I would really like to know who that is so I can go buy their album. And I go, I have no idea. They didn't bother to include the name of their band. It's really important, people, when you're putting your music out there, to let them know that it was you that made that music. Kind of important. Don't just include it in an email and expect me to add it. It should already be there. If somebody comes across your MP3, there should be no question who is playing the song and what the name of the song is. It should be in the title of the MP3. Before you even press play, you should look at it and it says, Cloud Hitmen. I don't know, that's the name of the band. Cloud Hitmen, Jack in the Box. Now you know the name of the band, you know the name of the song. And then you can send that MP3 to newmusic@alienxradio.com. That's newmusic@alienxradio.com. I will get that email personally. I will listen to the song. If it is everything I just said, of a high quality, it meets the genre requirements of the station and the show. I now have a band name. I now have a song name. And it is a high quality, everything was working well. Bam, just like that, you get an email back saying your song is now in rotation on the station, and it's being used on the show, and possibly open the door for interviews and me sending people over to your website to check you out. And next thing you know, you're signed, and you're a multi-million-dollar platinum artist, all because you included the name of your band in the MP3. Alien Stone, that's a lot of stuff going on, man. That's right. But none of that, absolutely none of that will go on if you don't include the name of your band. Time for a short break. Pause in the action for station identification and a sports update from the Prospect.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with the Prospect.
Hello everyone, welcome to the weekly sports update with the Prospect on Alien X Radio. College football rivalries are intense in nature, and we've all seen it with colleges across town or in some cases across state lines fighting for bragging rights and sometimes trophies. Tempers flared for sure in the Red River game between the Oklahoma Sooners and the Texas Longhorns. During the pregame warm-ups at the Cotton Bowl Stadium, both teams got into a huge scuffle at midfield. Refs separated the two teams and issued an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty to every player. That's right. Every player on both teams started the game with one of the two required penalties of that level for an automatic ejection, even those who weren't involved in the melee at all. Oklahoma's coach Lincoln Riley said in an interview earlier this week that his team will not use the infamous horns down gesture that's a sign of disrespect against Texas. He must have had a sixth sense and knew that a mass UC penalty was going to happen because any Sooner player doing so would more than likely be bounced out of the game for sure. Luckily, no players were ejected during the game, and Oklahoma won 34-27. You can't blame Antonio Brown for trying to get back into the NFL. The Ohio State wide receiver has said that he wants to get his issues off the field resolved and fast because he desires to get back to a team this season. Remember, this is the same person that, among all the despicable things that he has been alleged to have done, announced as a result that he was done with the league after being cut from the New England Patriots and was going back to school at his alma mater, Central Michigan University. We've heard that his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, announced that his client is in fact backtracking that statement and wanted to get signed to a team before the season is over, but doing so may or may not automatically put Brown in the commissioner's exempt list pending the status of the investigation launched by the NFL on a lawsuit of sexual assault on a former trainer. Well, tune in next week for more sports. For Alien X Radio, this is your boy the Prospect, saying until next time, Prospect out.
Ashley's of Westland, the best for food, friends, and entertainment. Stop in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizza, and don't forget to stop by on Saturday nights to visit our own DJ Wild Bill and Sporko Live. Order delivery online with Grubhub and Uber Eats at ashleys.com. Ashley's of Westland is located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland, Michigan. Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap.
Me and my lady want to get busy tonight. What do you recommend?
Igor's Lube.
I got my fist stuck in a gravy boat. Any ideas on how I can get it out?
Igor's Lube.
The hinges on my cabinet doors are squeaky. What should I use?
Igor's Lube.
I got dry, flaky elbows.
Igor's Lube.
Okay, but what if I'm being held hostage by a supervillain in an underground lair with a ticking time bomb and only seconds left until detonation? What would save me then, huh?
Igor's Lube.
That's right. Everything is smoother with Igor's Lube.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow. Resistance is futile, but you can struggle if you like. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You got something to say? Say it, bucko. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
All right, welcome back to The Attack, everybody. I'm your host, Alien Stone. We are now officially into the second half of the broadcast. You didn't even feel the turn, did you? It's that inertia canceller installed at Jupiter Station. Fantastic, fantastic service, fantastic equipment. Just turn, man. We used to get those cheaper ones installed, from Uranus. And, yeah, they were real shitty. So, a lot of times people ended up as red stains on the back wall of the spaceship. So the inertia cancellers are top-notch, everybody. Nothing to worry about here. Gravitational plates. See, now, when the gravitational plates gravitate and the inertia canceller does not cancel, that's how shoes end up stuck to the floor with feet still in them. Okay? So, Jupiter Station. Just saying. Moving and grooving right along. More music for the Vajir holes on the way, as well as another Fox News update. And a Halloween mask that's sure to offend. But first, this. Norway, doing something crazy today. Oh, Norway. Why? Okay, you remember not too long ago, and on the grand scale of things, not too long ago, it became legal in the United States for a man to marry a man, for a woman to marry a woman. So same-sex marriages became legal in the United States, okay? Is this a crazy thing? I don't feel it to be a crazy thing, okay? Some people are offended by it, whatever, okay? If you want to be offended by it, that's your problem. I don't really care either way. I really don't give a crap. If you want to get married to whoever you want to get, I don't care. As long as it's a freaking person. A person. Another human being. A biped. Okay? Why would you guys do this? I don't understand. It is now legal in Norway to marry animals. And no, I don't mean it's legal for you as a minister or a priest or an official of some sort to stand in front of a dog and a cat or a chihuahua and a bird or a bear and an alligator and officiate their officiate their wedding and marry those two animals. That's not what I mean. I mean, like, the groom is a Saint Bernard and the bride is a woman, a human being. That is now allowed in Norway. Why would you make... This shouldn't even be a thing, people. I understand people love their pets. I love my pets, too, like they're my children, okay? I treat my dogs as if they were my kids, okay, with the exception of locking them in a room and going out for the night, okay? You don't even do that with your kids. But I hold them that dear to me, okay? The same as somebody would hold their children dear to them. But I'm never going to marry an animal, okay? Are you kidding me? What? Think about this. There has to be a group of officials that went to school, got educated, got degrees, went through a campaign, got elected to a boards, moved up in the ranks of politics, and then sat down and actually listened to somebody bring up the idea, the proposal that they make it legal to marry animals. And these educated people that have degrees and experience in government and respected minds said, yeah, that makes sense. Right? That makes total sense. In what reality, in what dimension does that make any kind of sense at all? I guess the chaos reigns. That's all I got to say. Chaos reigns. And speaking of that, music for your Vajir holes from a band called Chaos Reigns. It's My Disease on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
50 shots of heroin and track marks down my
Dakota Sky.
I'm Lori Nilly, and we're from RAK Films.
And you're listening to Alien X Radio.
Love it lose me, but why? My heart is so wide open, and I want this love for mine. Despair and loneliness, love has left me dry. Sometimes I look to the sky, still I'm asking why. Alone with my shadows all alone at the gallows, no, I'm feeling inside. And you're searching for love. Hope would never die. And you're keeping your eyes on the prize, on it, but don't know why. Don't know why. In the dream of lucidness, I'll join this happy souls. While this cannot stay this way, no one will ever know. Seems like it's fantasy. Why's love not this way? Go away now, pain, don't stay. Come another day. Alone with my shadows, all alone at the gallows. No, I feel inside. And you're searching for love that you hope would never die. And you're keeping your eyes on the prize, on it, but don't know why. Got this feeling you raise your hands, raise them to the sky. Love can make you lighter than air, so that you can fly. Well, it's a natural feeling, this love, want it more and more. Well, why we can't feel this all the time? Well, I'm not really sure. Now I feel a fire is my heart, true desire. I'll never ever turn away. And you're searching for love that you hope would never die. And you're keeping your eyes on the prize, on it, but don't know why. You got the feeling, you raise your hands, raise them to the sky. Love can make you lighter than air, so that you can fly. And you're searching for loving, well, you're searching for loving. You keep searching for loving that you hope would never die. Well, now you're searching for loving, yeah, you're searching for loving. You keep searching for loving that you hope would never die.
You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8990. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. It's the attack of the Monday morning Madcast from outer space.
Come on.
Welcome back to The Attack, everybody. I'm your host, Alien Stone, live on alienxradio.com and UG Media. That's who we're live on, as well as Facebook and YouTube. You can also check us out on the TuneIn app that you can install on any of your smart devices or even your dumb devices today. And our fine affiliates around the world, like 27.7 24.7 The Stream in Chicago, Illinois, WON The Apple in New York City, New York, and many, 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 many others from all over the place. Our fine affiliates in Canada and Amsterdam and Ohio and Seattle, and it just goes on and on, man. We're all over the place, and I love it. We are, for those of you that are unaware, we are broadcasting directly into your Vajir holes from Detroit, Michigan in the United States of America. And the reason why I say this, people are going, well, of course we know you're in the United States of America. No, not necessarily, because as I said, we are live on UG Media, which is based on the other side of Earth. That's right. They're over there across the pond. So while it is early in the morning here, it's in the afternoon over there. So this isn't the Monday morning Madcast. It's the morning afternoon ass-handing. I don't know what you want to call it over there, but it's happening all over the planet at the same time. Isn't that amazing that somebody broadcasting here in Detroit can sound exactly the same to somebody who lives next door as somebody who lives on the other side of Earth? Exactly the same time. They both be listening to the same show at the same time. It sounds exactly the same to both of them, and they both have the same access to interaction with the show. 313-444-8919. The nation code at the beginning is a 1. So 1-313-444-8919. Again, that's 1-313-444-8919. Perhaps you're a Skype person, and you have a Skype handle. Well, mine is Alien Stone and the number 1. No spaces. Alien Stone, the number 1. That's my Skype code. It'll get through here just the same as if you called 313-444-8919. All right, so it is Shocktober, everybody. Halloween is fast approaching, and we have a very special episode of Inside the Mothership that will be coming up on October 27th, where we will have the band Concrete Angel live here in the studio. I don't know if they're gonna be playing, but they will be in studio. Why? Because they are celebrating their 10-year anniversary in the industry. That's right. The band has been around for 10 years, rocking your face off on a regular basis. They've been in studio many, many times. A big, giant ally to the station, a big ally to the show, and they will be back to help let you know and to help us celebrate and them celebrate their 10-year anniversary, as well as the Halloween episode of Inside the Mothership, because as you all know, Halloween is my favorite holiday of all time. So there will be lots of Halloween fun, as well as a very special episode of Just a Few Questions, as there was last year as well. Anyway, all that blah, 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 talk. Let's go ahead and get to this last story here before we take another break and give you some Fox News, and we go into hour number 3. So this story, every year, we all go out to Halloween Outlet and all these different places, and we try to figure out what costumes we're going to wear for Halloween. Are we going to be something scary? Are we going to be a princess? Or are we going to be, whatever? I've seen crazy. One year, do you remember those puppets that they used to sell a long time ago? It was a nun, but she had boxing gloves on, and you hit the little buttons and she would punch out. I actually dressed like that one year for Halloween. I dressed up as a nun, and I put on boxing gloves. Kept the beard. It was hilarious. But I've dressed up as many, many things in the past. Funny things, scary things, all kinds of stuff. That being said, every year when we go out to these places, you find all of the same costumes that you saw there last year. Almost everything on the shelves is the exact same stuff every year. But there's always 1 or 2 new releases. Something that you might see that you've never seen before. Well, I have to say I've never seen this before. I've seen monster masks. I've seen masks that look like politicians. I've seen masks that look like scarecrows and aliens and all kinds of creatures. I've seen plain mirrored shields that were like masks that you could see through. I have never seen a vagina face mask before. And this is guaranteed to offend. Imagine you hear the knock, knock, knock on your door and trick or treat, and you open up the door and you are staring directly into a gaping vagina. Really? Yes. The actual face mask is a large open vagina. I'm sure there's some little, no pun intended, slits in there to look through so you can see where you're walking. But yes, you are a vagina face for Halloween. While this is hilarious to me and probably most people I know, I'm sure that there are a great number of people that are completely offended by this, and I don't care. But it is a little unusual, I would have to say. I mean, again, you have to think about this. Every time you see a decision like this being made, every time you see a product like this out, there was a group of people that were supposedly educated and had degrees and an experience in business, and they all got together and discussed what products they were going to come out with. And somebody said, vagina mask. And enough people said, sounds like a great idea to design it, which means somebody had to mold it out of clay first. So somebody was in charge of making the big vagina face out of clay. Then they had to make a plaster mold out of it. Then they made the actual silicone/latex mold or whatever to make the mask. Then it had to be painted and then marketed and put into packages and mass-produced and sent out to stores. All based on a few people in a room said, vagina mask. What could go wrong with a vagina mask? Sounds like a great idea. Also a great idea is to take a short break, pause in the action for station identification. We'll be back right after this short break and a Fox News update for hour number 3 of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. Go nowhere.
While U.S. forces move away from the Turkish-Kurdish battling in northern Syria, other American troops went to the jungles of Malaysia to do combat training in an exercise called Tiger Strike 19.
Securing America.
Marine Major Patrick Skehan says training in a unique environment gave both forces the opportunity to learn new skills.
The Malaysians put us through a jungle training exercise where they took us through some of the lanes that they put together, offense and defense in the jungle, where our Marines picked up a lot of good TTPs, techniques, and procedures.
In addition to jungle survival, forces practiced amphibious landings and mass casualty scenarios. In Washington, Rachel Sutherland, Fox News.
There was panic at a mall in Boca Raton, Florida. Reports of shots fired. People started running out. There was a lockdown for several hours, but in the end, police found no evidence of any shooting, and there was an all clear last night. You've probably noticed gas prices haven't changed much lately after an initial spike up following last month's Saudi Arabia attack.
The attacks on Saudi Arabia's oil facilities were extremely dramatic, very, very worrisome, but it turned out that authorities in that country were right when they predicted a quick resumption of production.
Analyst Tribbley Lundberg's survey of stations nationwide shows no change the past 2 weeks. Her price for regular remains $2.73 a gallon. AAA's average is a dime less at $2.63. On Wall Street, stock futures barely moving before this week's trading. Markets are mixed overseas. Now to baseball. A dramatic extra inning finish in Houston.
Here's a fly ball into right. Back at the wall. This game is over.
Carlos Correa's homer in the bottom of the 11th won it for the Astros, beating the Yankees 3-2 on Fox Sports 1. Houston and New York now tied at a game apiece in the American League Championship Series. Tonight, Game 3 in the National League. Washington leads St. Louis 2-0. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Ashley's of Westland. The best for food, friends, and entertainment. Stop in on Mondays for $5 burgers. Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia. Wednesdays for $5 pizza. And don't forget to stop by on Saturday nights to visit our own DJ Wild Bill and Sporkle Live. Order delivery online with Grubhub and Uber Eats at Ashley's.com. Ashley's of Westland is located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland, Michigan. Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap.
Donna, is that a bottle of Igor's lube?
I wish you would just ring up my stuff without all the questions.
I heard there are millions of uses for that stuff.
I only have one.
Have you ever tried playing a naked game of Twister all covered in this stuff?
Can't say that I have.
This stuff will really help to get you out of a tight spot. Or into one, if you know what I mean. Huh?
Are you almost finished?
Just waiting for the bag boy.
Igor? And don't forget that my lube comes in 1 ounce, 5 ounce, 1 pint, and 1 gallon sizes, so you can feel free to try out that naked twister thing.
Uh-huh. Now see, I told you.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Oh my God. What have I done? What have I done?
Look at the turning wheel. The Alignment, the latest CD from The Creeping Chaos, featuring Dead in the Water.
Dead in the water.
Beg for mercy and Under the Blade.
We live our lives under a blade.
Available now at iTunes, CD Baby, and Rock of Ages in Garden City.
Are you looking for a way to get your message out there? Have you been looking for just the right way to advertise your business, website, or upcoming event? Have you thought about advertising on the radio but thought it would be too expensive? Well, you should try advertising on Alien X Radio. We have advertising packages for every budget starting as low as $30 per month. That's right, radio advertising for as little as $1 a day. You don't have a commercial? No problem. Our copywriting and production department can create a radio spot complete with voiceovers, sound effects, and music that's just right for your needs. And unlike other stations, the production is included. So what are you waiting for? Just visit www.alienxradio.com and click on the advertisers link to get a look at our packages and rates. Then contact us at advertising@alienxradio.com. That's advertising@alienxradio.com.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Give me some static! You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership
For the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
When's the last time you had a good time?
Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos, directly into your vagir holes.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
Shogun of Harlem.
Welcome back, everybody. It is hour number 3 of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space, the third and final hour. That's right. I got you for one more hour, all the way up to lunch here in Detroit. And then while you're chewing on your food, then you'll be listening to whatever comes up after me, I guess. Like a bunch of music for your vagir holes, I guess. Yes, a bunch of stuff. Anyway, Alien X Radio is a 24-hour a day, 7-day-a-week radio station. You can tune in at any time. If there is no live show on, we've got awesome music being played. And when I say awesome music, we have a combination of national bands and, of course, independent artists from all over the world as well that submit their music to the station on a regular and a daily basis. So, I've got something for everybody on the station. I know people that say, hey, I don't listen to music unless I've heard it before. So then how did you hear it the first time? Good question, right? It was probably because it was smashed in between two songs you've heard before. So, I've heard the song, this is a great song. And then you're driving your car, and then the next song comes on, which you haven't heard, but you're already on the station listening, so you don't bother to change the station. And then right when that song ends, the next one comes on, and it's a song you do know, so now you're back to being happy with the station. And now the next time that second song comes on, you're like, hey, I've heard that one before, and it's a cool song. That's why I put national songs on the station. That's the only reason. Is it will hook somebody in long enough. If I can hook somebody in with an Ozzy Osbourne song long enough to make them stick around to listen to a Creeping Chaos song or a Concrete Angels song or a 6E song or a Black Heron song, then I've done my job as an independent radio station. That's my job, is to draw attention to bands that would not normally get attention drawn to them. So I use an established artist like Ozzy Osbourne to draw the attention, and then I switch over. It's the old bait and switch. Now you're listening to the Creeping Chaos. And Creeping Chaos has the future, whereas Ozzy Osbourne's on his way out. Just saying. Just saying. Anyway, coming up in this hour, we got Joker porn, among others. Another NPR news update. A 4-foot pillow designed and shaped like a what and why. and, of course, a review of just a few questions from inside the mothership. This week's episode is the porno career path. Is there a career path in porn? We will discuss it, and it will be coming up at the end of this hour. In the meantime...
And now your wackadoo of the week.
This week's wackadoo of the week goes out to somebody whom this doesn't go out to a particular person, because this goes out more to an idea, a reaction to something that I consider wackadoo. Now, everybody has to make decisions for themselves based on their own moral fiber and such. But sometimes people lose track of an intended target, of an intended point of blame, and just broadly attack an entire... I don't know. Let me explain to you what I'm talking about. The movie The Joker has come out. I haven't seen the movie. I've heard that it's a very, very intense film, that it's very emotional, it's a very strong movie. But what I'm hearing now from people on Facebook, and this really bothers me, because I was flipping through scrolling through Facebook as I do, and the first thing I saw was, we're boycotting the movie The Joker. Okay, what did the Joker movie do that's causing everybody to get, freaking out and boycotting the movie? So I look into this post to see why. Is it because of the violence? No. Is it because of guns? No. Is it because of mental health being portrayed in the movie? No. Is it because of actors? Not really, no. God, why does this do this? I'm getting so tired of my phone just opening up things on its own in the background. It really messes up my program here. Anyway, none of those reasons are the reasons why. See, now I got to reload my camera in, because all of a sudden Instagram decided it was going to open on my phone for no reason. I don't even have Instagram. Yet it opens up, and when it does that, it automatically disengages my camera. Why? I haven't the slightest idea. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. Instagram, go fuck yourself, okay? I'm not a 12-year-old girl. I don't need you. So anyway, let's move on. People are boycotting this movie not because of the violence, but because of the movie itself. So everybody that's involved in this movie is getting boycotted for one reason only. They've decided to use in the movie a song from the past. This is not a new song being written. It's an old song they used in the movie that happened to have been written by Gary Glitter. Gary Glitter, for those of you who don't know who he is, he was an artist that recorded a bunch of songs, including some very famous stadium-style type music that gets played at sporting events. Well, he was caught, tried, and got in all kinds of trouble for pedophilia. That's right. He liked to play with the children. Okay, now, that makes him a scumbag. That makes him an absolute scumbag. Nobody should ever go out and buy a Gary Glitter album if you are so offended by Gary Glitter's lifestyle and his human existence on this planet that you don't want to buy his albums, which is a completely separate thing. I get it. He gets money from that. Okay. But now you're boycotting an entire movie. An entire movie because they're using a song in the background that was already pre-written because he's going to get some kind of royalties for it. Okay. Yeah, he's going to get royalties for it. I'm sure he will. Okay, pedophilia all aside and everything, he owns the contracts, he owns the rights to the songs or whatever. So yeah, he'll get paid for it. Okay? He will get paid for it. But you got to remember this, folks, when you're boycotting this movie because you use the music of a pedophilia, a pedophile in there. We can't go see the movie. We're going to boycott the entire movie. The song didn't touch anybody inappropriately. The song had nothing to do with that. Now, I know you want to keep money out of his pocket, but you're also keeping money out of the pockets of everybody else involved in the film by boycotting it. Now, the argument that I got was those people have already been paid for the film. The grip, the script supervisor, all the people in the props department and transportation and catering and all these people, sound editing, all these people have already been paid for the movie. So if we boycott the movie, it's not going to change their paychecks at all. Not theirs. But remember, there are actors that are in this movie that do get paid sometimes, and most of the times actually, by future royalties and royalties at the box office. So if the movie does poorly, sometimes the actors don't make the money that they deserve, as well as any new music that was written for the movie could also be subject to not getting future royalties because of your decision to boycott a song that's already been written and recorded in the past, already been copywritten, already made money, and he's probably gotten paid a one-time fee for that too. He probably isn't getting future royalties. So he's already been paid probably also. And now you're going to boycott an entire movie. You guys have got to start placing the blame where the blame belongs. He did the crime. He was the scumbag. The song did nothing wrong. Using the song does not make you a supporter of pedophilia. People who make these kinds of connections are emotionally ridiculous. You're ridiculous. You cannot make a jump like that. Oh, you support, you're against this? That means you automatically support this. No, it doesn't automatically mean something else. If I'm talking about this, it means this. It does not automatically mean that I'm this. So I'm not defending Gary Glitter. I'm not defending Gary Glitter's disgusting lifestyle, his disgusting act. What I'm defending is other people getting blamed for his disgusting act. Put the blame where the blame is supposed to be. You cannot broadly shut down. You cannot shut down an entire project because of something that even occurred long before the script even was written. Long before there was even a thought that this movie was going to be made. Do you know how many Batman-related movies have been made since the Gary Glitter song came out? Many, many. None of this has been based on or hinged on the use of the Gary Glitter song. People are ridiculous. Just absolutely ridiculous. I am no fan of Michael Jackson. Do I believe he did a bunch of things? I don't know. Do I believe he did a bunch of inappropriate things? Absolutely. Did he set himself up for failure? Pretty much. Does that mean that he's got a really bad reputation now? Absolutely. Does that change how much I like the song Thriller? No. Why? Because the song Thriller did not commit a crime. The song Thriller did not touch somebody inappropriately. I happen to like that song, and I will continue to listen to the song. If Michael Jackson was alive today and standing in the room, I wouldn't have much to talk to him about because I don't like the man. But I'm still going to listen to the song. You cannot condemn everything a person does because of one thing that they did that you disagree with. Now, if his songs were about pedophilia, of course, yeah, then I'm not going to listen to it because the song is now wrong. Don't blame things that are not to blame. Anyway, I went way over on this, so I'm going to play some music for your Vajira holes, a little Black Heron, I think, to feel the heat on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
This is City X of Gash, and you are listening to Alien X Radio.
Got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Can you feel it?
Oh, yeah. Little porn music for you. How do I know it's porn music? Come on, how do I know? All right, so, anyway, I have a couple. In addition to, you know that I-75 had a billboard that showed porno on it for like 12, 15 minutes or so. And it was so popular that it actually turned into a skit on Saturday Night Live. They used it during their news program talking about that. So, anyway, porn, once again, meets another story. We talked about the Joker, the movie. Well, now the Joker meets porn. Because since the movie The Joker came out, guess what the number one search is on Pornhub? Joker porn. Joker porn, people. Seriously, I mean, right now, if you're looking on Facebook or on YouTube, I got a picture up right now. No, it's not explicit. I made sure that I got one that did not show uglies in it. But that's a scene from a pornographic film that you could go watch on whatever your particular streaming porno site is. And as you can see, we've got the Joker getting ready to get it on with Harley Quinn. Number one searched thing on Pornhub right now. Joker porn. So, what, you hey, I'm going to go see the Joker tonight. And then what, you smoked a big doobie and now you're too relaxed to go out for the evening. So instead, let's see how close we can get to the Joker. Let's search on Pornhub. Okay. So there he is. There's the Joker. And he's doinking Harley Quinn. Your evening is now complete. Now, here's some other things, though. Do a search. Go ahead and go over to Pornhub and do a search for all your favorite superheroes. They're all on there. They're all on there. Pornhub is the most ridiculous, crazy place ever. I'm going to go there in a minute, and I'm going to search out some of the most ridiculous things and see if they're actually available. I guarantee you zombie porn is on there. I guarantee you alien porn will be on there. Obviously, all the superheroes are on there, and the supervillains are on there. I think that Pornhub is probably the single best advertising platform on earth at this moment. I'm going to buy advertising on Pornhub, and I bet you my ratings go up. My ratings are going to go through the roof. Why? Because when people are scrolling, they scroll right past advertising. When they're listening to the radios, they turn it down or turn it off or change the station during advertising. But you got to watch that ad before your porn starts. Then the only thing I have to compete with is you getting your lube and tissue ready. But you're probably there listening while you're doing that. So it's a win-win for me. Advertising on Pornhub, everybody. And Joker porn. That's right, you heard it here first on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. Another thing you heard first here on our station is Anastasi. Music from a reconfigured version of the band Rain. Anastasi and Eternal Deception, the name of the tune. And you're listening to the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. Yeah, excellent music from Anastasio, a great friend band to the station and the show. Eternal Deception, the name of the song. It is time to take a short break, a pause in the action for that station identification, and we will be back with what we call the home stretch as we go into the last half of hour number 3. So go nowhere. It's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
And now your weekly news update from NPR.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
I've always listened to it.
46-year-old Esther Duflo is now the youngest person to ever win the Nobel Economics Prize. The Economics Nobel was awarded today. Duflo is sharing it with two others, Abhijit Banerjee and Michael Kramer, for their work in fighting global poverty. Not only is Duflo the youngest, she is also only the second woman to win the Economics Prize. She and Banerjee are economists at MIT. Kramer is at Harvard. California is the latest state to give survivors of childhood sexual assault more time to file suits against their abusers. Sarah Hosseini from member station KQED reports that Governor Gavin Newsom signed the bill on Sunday as part of his final legislative action this year.
Initially, the law opens up a 3-year window for survivors of any age to sue their perpetrators. After that, victims would have up to the age of 40 rather than the current cutoff of 26. Bay Area survivor Judy Ash says her Catholic school's top priest began molesting her at the age of 8, 50 years ago.
It's never too late to stand up for yourself, and it's never too late to seek justice and to hold accountable not only the individual, but then you also have the institution.
Ash plans to take action against the Oakland Diocese, which has admitted that the priest, who is now deceased, likely sexually abused minors over a period of at least 30 years. For NPR News, I'm Sarah Hosseini in Oakland.
The British Parliament opening a new session today with the Queen's speech. Queen Elizabeth wrapped up her remarks a few moments ago after speaking from her throne in the House of Lords with Brexit as the backdrop. I'm Giles Snyder, NPR News.
Support for NPR and the following message come from Lutron. Caseta by Lutron believes you should be able to control your smart lights with your voice assistant or your phone without giving up control from the switch on the wall. Learn more about smarter smart lighting from Caseta by visiting lutron.com/NPR.
Ashley's of Westland. The best for food, friends, and entertainment. Stop in on Mondays for $5 burgers, Tuesdays for $3 pints and trivia, Wednesdays for $5 pizza, and don't forget to stop by on Saturday nights to visit our own DJ Wild Bill and Sporko Live. Order delivery online with Grubhub and Uber Eats at ashleys.com. Ashley's of Westland is located at 7525 Wayne Road in Westland, Michigan. Ashley's of Westland, Michigan's premier multi-tap.
Me and my lady want to get busy tonight. What do you recommend?
Igor's Lube. I got my fist stuck in a gravy boat. Any ideas on how I can get it out?
Igor's Lube.
The hinges on my cabinet doors are squeaky. What should I use?
Igor's Lube. I got dry, flaky elbows. Igor's Lube.
Okay, but what if I'm being held hostage by a supervillain in an underground lair with a ticking time bomb and only seconds left until detonation? What would save me then, huh?
Igor's Lube.
That's right. Everything is smoother with Igor's Lube.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's all-new chocolate chip cigarettes. The only cigarettes that give you cavities while you're waiting for the lung cancer to set in.
You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Here we go! Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your vagir holes. It's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
The house is now on fire.
The house is now on fire. Alien X Radio, UG Media, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, fine affiliates around the world. It's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I'm your host, Alien Stone. We're now in the home stretch, people. That's right, taking you up to lunchtime. some more music for your Vajir holes. And, of course, we are going to the climax, if you will, the money shot for the show, is the porno career path. That's the episode of Just a Few Questions that aired during Inside the Mothership yesterday, which goes on the air live at 12 noon Eastern, and this and our fine affiliates around the world. So, that's on its way. D-Unit will tell you. We'll go through the career path that D-Unit will take to rise to be an award-winning porno actor. I don't know. It'll be fun. Music for the Vajir hole is still coming up, but I'm gonna hit this really quick. I'm not gonna hit this. But ladies, I know that you like to cuddle in the bed, and sometimes there's nobody there to cuddle with. And the other thing that you like to do in the bed is, you know. So, go ahead and look it up, people. There's a new giant 4-foot-tall penis pillow. It's a pillow that's shaped like a penis with a smiley face on it. So you can cuddle and snuggle with your favorite fluffy penis. Coming in 3 different colors. Well, it's not coming at all because it's a pillow. It's no substitute for a functioning penis, but apparently it's very cozy and comfy. 4 feet long. And I'm sure that that's an exaggeration. When you get it, I'm sure it will only be 2 feet long. It just claims that it's 4 feet long. You know how that goes. Music for the Vajir holes, people! Before we get into just a few questions, and I have no idea what I'm going to play. I do this sometimes. Paint myself into a corner. Let's do the random thing. You just move things around, and I just grab something. I have no idea what it is, and we're going to play it. The band is Hell's Addiction. We're on fire! The name of the song, and it's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space.
I'm telling you,
All right, everybody. We've been rocking and rolling and moving and grooving right along, and it is now time, once again, for our review of Just a Few Questions. Now, I also am the host of a show called Inside the Mothership. I have a co-host. His name is D-Unit. Now, the two of us are broadcast our show for 2 hours every Sunday, live at 12 noon Eastern here on this fine station and our other fine stations that are affiliates around the world, like UG Media, WOM The Apple, 24.7 The Stream, and on and on and on and on. Sorry about that. So, we do a segment on that show called Just a Few Questions that I came up with quite a long time ago, where I just ask just a few questions. Sometimes they're appropriate, most of the times they're not. So, we're going to go ahead and review the Just a Few Questions from this past episode, where I put D-Unit into the very unique position of working his way up the ladder in the porno industry. Check it out.
And now it's time to answer just a few questions.
That's right, everybody. It is time to answer just a few questions. It's been a while.
I'm not scared.
But you're stretching, you're cracking your knuckles. You're ready, though.
I'm ready. Cocked, locked, and ready to rock.
Sometimes you got to stretch out. You know what I'm saying?
Bring it on.
There's a little training to answering just a few questions, even though there's absolutely no way to prepare. Anyway, this portion of the show is being brought to you by Igor's Lube. Igor introduces the final ingredient for love. It's Igor's Lube. Look for and like Igor's Lube on Facebook or check it out at www.igorslube.com. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
I do have to interrupt real quick and say I did wear my Igor's Lube shirt to Rob's Halloween party last weekend.
Yes.
And a lot of people were asking me about it. And I told them specifically, next time your hand gets stuck in a gravy boat, you will remember Igor's Lube.
Yeah. Did you tell them where they can get their very own Igor's Lube t-shirt?
I said check it out on Facebook and go to www.igorslube.com.
That's right. AlienXRadio.com. You can go down there where it says Alien X Gear. You click on that, it'll take you to the store where you can buy your Igor's Lube t-shirts as well as some other t-shirts. Like, wouldn't you like a Prospect t-shirt for the weekly sports update with Prospect? When you want that? There it is. Walk around with Prospect.
Prospect on your face?
His face on your chest.
That's what I meant.
That's even worse. Slow dancing, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, it's time now for just a few questions. Are you ready, sir?
Bring it.
Bring it. Oh, it's already been brought in.
Question number one.
Question number one. Well, in the past, we have visited the dream of starting your very own porno company. Sounds great, but we all know that you just can't start a company like that. It takes time, money, and experience. So, you will have to do it the old-fashioned way by starting from the bottom and working your way up. With that being said, you have an interview with Spank Skank Films. Spank Skank Films. You got to start at the bottom, like I said. You will be interviewing for a few open positions. What job would you apply for, and what would you put on your resume to make you a more desirable candidate for the job? A, gopher. This person will fetch things for the director, cast, and crew, like coffee, food, lube, sex toys, felt-covered chains, and farm animals. And on your resume, to make you more attractive, you'll put down, after years of watching Spank Skank Films, you have developed quite a grip in your right hand and it would be a great for grabbing things for them. B, you'll be a fluffer. This person will tickle, wiggle, poke, and stroke the actor's tools of the trade until they are camera ready. On your resume, to make you more attractive for this job, you'll put down, after developing a grip in your right hand,
You also managed to perfect a few foolproof tricks to getting your equipment up and running quickly. C, you'll be a consultant. This person will watch finished and edited scenes to determine if they are balanced from beginning to end, or if they just tend to cause you, the watcher, to crank one out, smoke a J, eat a Twinkie, and pass out before the money shot. Or finally, the job you could apply for is D. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot. The thing you put on your resume for C is you're pretty patient, but you can't make any promises. So D, you're the wiper.
It's disgusting, dude.
This person will work on set and be called upon whenever unwanted fluids leak, drip, or drizzle into the shots. As your title suggests, you would then wipe it away. And on your resume, to make you more attractive for the job, you put down, you have seen all of the ShamWow infomercials and are pretty confident that you got this. And go.
You know, they're all like really. You must have woke up pretty early today.
Actually, I woke up very late.
Oh, well, you're very creative. I don't know what you were dreaming about last night. I'm very tempted. I almost want to go with the wild card answer just to know what the wild card
Actually,
answer
this particular one
doesn't have
a wild card answer.
I'm going as the consultant.
You're going as the consultant. This person will watch finished and edited scenes to determine if they are balanced from beginning to end, or if they tend to cause the watcher to crank one out, smoke a J, eat a Twinkie, and pass out before the money shots. And on your resume, you're going to put down, you're pretty patient, but you can't make any promises.
That's it.
All right. And the bonus question is, would you like to be paid in cash, check, or are you open to just working for tips?
I want cash.
Cash, baby. That's right.
No tip for me. No tip needed.
No, we do not need no tips. No,
tips.
Anyway.
Question number 2.
Question number 2 is, after your first year in the business, you have seen a great number of things. Things you have stored in your spank bank for future use, things that make you question the boundaries and moral limits of man, and a few things so disturbing that 5 months of therapy have only just begun to explain the nightmares that have been haunting you with. After all this, you deserve a promotion. You have been given the scripts for a few upcoming films and are being offered an on-screen part. Here are the films, the roles, and the line that you will have to give to audition for the part. Are you ready, sir?
Sure.
Okay. First, the title of the movie. And remember, I'm going to tell you these, but you're going to have to read that to audition, and then I'm going to give you the role. So, the first one is, the title is, Propped Open. The scene is, you're a handyman called to an apartment to assist a large lady with accessing her entrance. The line that you are going to give to audition for this part is, don't worry, ma'am. You know what? I'm not going to read it out. I'm going to show it to you, and you're just going to give it at the end here, okay? The second one that you're going to audition for today, the title is Space Quest. Your Space Quest to Uranus, Part 12, The Descent. The scene is the doors to the bridge of a spacecraft open, and you step in. You're surprised by what you see. Then your line. The third one is, the title of the movie is What Happens in Vegas, Part 2, Secret of the Ooze. The scene is, you're in a strip club getting a lap dance from a stripper named Vegas. She removes her panties to reveal a tattoo just above her vagina. You squint, lean forward, and read it out loud. That will be your line. And D, the title of the movie is Tentacle Face. You're the evil captain of a pirate ship known as Captain Tentacle Face. You are a creature of the ocean with a beard made of squid tentacles, and you are pleasuring several sea hags facially at the same time. Okay? So,
I am totally going with D.
Well, you have to audition for all three of them.
Oh.
So you're going to have the best performance for that one then. So I'm going to circle your lines right now that you're going to have to deliver. All right? So, Hang on 1 second. Let me pull this up here so I can see it. Now, we're going to go with the first one. So, propped open, the scene is you're a handyman called to an apartment to assist a large lady with accessing her entrance. And you say?
Don't worry, ma'am. If this pull doesn't work, I have a slightly larger stick that just might do the trick.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, your second one, the title is Space Quest to Uranus, Part 12, The Descent. And the scene is the doors of the bridge of a spacecraft open. You step in. You're surprised by what you see and...
Captain, we have gone beyond Uranus, and I have pushed the rocket deeper into the black hole.
Good one. Good one. Very good. I like the accent through in there. It's pretty good. You can't tell what planet he's from. C, the title is What Happens in Vegas, Part 2, The Secret of the Ooze. Your scene is you're in a strip club getting a lap dance from a stripper named Vegas. She removes her panties to reveal a tattoo just above her vagina. You lead forward and read it out loud.
Slot machine. Sorry, I'm out of money.
Okay, see, you changed the words there, so the director's going to have a problem with you on that. You didn't follow directions.
Oh, my bad. Tokens.
Tokens, see? You're cheaper because you got tokens. Now, finally, the title of the movie is Tentacle Face. The scene is you are the evil captain of a pirate ship known as Captain Tentacle Face. You are a creature of the ocean with a beard made of squid tentacles, and you are pleasuring several sea hags facially at the same time. And your line is...
Hey, ladies, my name is Living Fuckfish. Yet somehow I can still smell your bearded clams.
That was close. That was close. That was close. I'm going to give you that one just because I know that you would do that one the best. So you are now Captain Tentacle Face, and your face is a living... We're just going to say a living fuckfish.
It's what it says.
Yes.
Was I not supposed to say it?
You said my name is Tentacle. I don't know. Either way, you got the part. You got the part. All right. So you are now Tentacle Face.
My face is a... Sorry.
So now.
Question number 3.
Question number 3. Question number 3 is, so, you have now been starring in porno films for the last 3 months. After appearing in over 1,700 films, you have been nominated for a Golden Boner Award at this year's Adult Film Industry Awards. After your very successful career and your extensive portfolio, what category do you think you might have been chosen for, and for what role and what film? A, the award would be Best Performance with a Prosthetic for the role Foreskin Joe in the film Mask the Movie.
That's so wrong.
Or B, the award would be for Best Stunt. Your role would have been Nikolai the Human Cannonball for the film Suck the Soleil. Or C, you got the award for Breakthrough Performance. Your role was Bloody Dick Jones in the film My Lego Girlfriend.
Hell yeah.
Or D, your award would be for Best Multi-Oral Performance. Your role would be Tentacle Face in the film Tentacle Face 16, Re-Releasing the Kraken. And go.
I'm definitely going with D.
D is your answer. So, yes. Best multi... Yes, the Kraken.
McClacken.
The wild card answer for this one you did not choose.
Oh, there's a wild card?
The award would have been for Best Drama. The role would have been John. And the film would have been Severed, the John Bobbitt story.
Oh.
You could have got a meaningful award there, but no. Your bonus question is, if you had received the Best Performance with a Prosthetic Award for your portrayal as John in the film Severed, the John Bobbitt story, do you think that you would have won the Drama Award for your role as the disfigured young virgin Foreskin Joe in Mask the Movie?
No.
No. I didn't think so. I did not think so. And now it's time for Lightning Strikes. Are you ready, sir?
Bring it.
It's all on the line now. What's more disturbing? Are you ready? What's more disturbing? foreskin? Oh, I'm sorry, missing foreskin or missing forehead skin?
I'm going to say missing forehead skin.
That is correct. There are pornos out there with and without foreskin, but I've never seen a movie out there where the guy doesn't have forehead skin where people were not off-put.
Yeah.
Just saying. True or false? Lego sells an adult Lego girlfriend kit.
True.
No, but that would be awesome. And I'm sure there's a lot of kids out there that have tried. Like Bloody Dick Jones.
I don't know. There could have been. I don't know.
That's a true story. Bloody Dick Jones. Anyway, true or false? Characters, plots, and scripts don't matter in porn.
True.
Absolutely true. True or false? A Canadian dollar is a coin called a loonie.
True.
That is true. That is very, very true. True or false? A Canadian loonie can easily fit inside a vagina.
True.
Again, very true. And finally, true or false? If you shove a loonie into a Canadian stripper's vagina, the bouncers will allow you to leave without getting mangled and paralyzed from the eyeballs down.
True.
You're going down, bro.
Oh, I don't know.
Just saying, man.
Never been there.
That's right. But if you put one in there and other people have, and then you pull her arm, you could win. And jackpot, baby! Wow, that's right. And that has been
Just a Few Questions.
Thank you for playing along. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me this week on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. I've been your host, Alien Stone. Hope I didn't disturb you too much. Remember, shortly thereafter the show comes to a complete, you'll be able to go over to Spreaker.com and download the full episode so that you can listen to it at your own leisure and basically, do it where nobody can hear you listening. Because listening to The Attack is a lot like riding a moped or having sex with a fat chick. There's no way to do it and look cool. So, until next time, this is Alien Stone saying peace out.
Hey, my man, what are you doing? Hey, Rollo, what's happening, man? Look here, I want to ask you a question. Does that look like wild parsley to you? You mean that marijuana? Hey, look here, baby, it's just about ready to be harvested, too. Yeah, well, just stay away from it, Rollo. Hey, man, don't worry, it's enough for everybody. Rollo, just stay away.